I need to get this other Mage Slayer build off my chest right now. Welcome to the Attic Dungeon. My name is Sam, and whether you want to kick the mage or punch the mage, I'm here to help you with everything. I don't want to spend a lot of time on promo chat, I don't like it, but still, anyway, thanks for watching me. I love it when people leave a comment where they tell me how much they like my stuff, that they are interested in what I do. It really boosts my urge to post more content, so yay if you did some of that stuff, yay if you didn't do any of the things, because you're still watching me, it's still good. Okay, let's get to today's episode. So, second spellbreaker build. For those who didn't watch the first one, a link will appear in a corner somewhere. I keep forgetting where to look. That was a paladin who made ludicrous use of the Mage Slayer feature along with the Oath of the Watcher. Today we're doing something quite different. We are going to base our spellbreaker on a monk. Why monks? Well, we're still going to pick up the Mage Slayer feat, and one of the wonderful features there is that if a creature takes damage from you while it's within 5 feet of you, which is quite often where a monk wants to be, it has disadvantage on concentration throws. Seeing as the monk has obviously the extra attack feature, but also 2 extra attacks starting at level, what was that, 1, 2, level 2, with Flurry of Blows, the monk can try to break concentration on an enemy spellcaster no less than 4 times, even at almost the lowest level, which is quite strong, to be honest. But there's other reasons why we want the monk for this build. So, race-wise, what are we picking? No surprise, we're still picking the Yuan-Ti, having advantage on all the saving throws against magic. Is quite good when you want to be the guy that can ignore magic. So, advantage on all saving throws, check. Maybe special in this case, we are pumping our wisdom to 17. We'll put our dexterity at 16, obviously, and our con at 14. We're going to take that high maxed out wisdom because we'll be picking up a feat at level 4 that will even that out to 18. So that way you will still have full progression on your wisdom, but you'll pick up some nifty new abilities along the way. A lot of the monk stuff that you gain are really useful for Mage Slayers. High mobility is invaluable for getting to those spellcasters. So getting unarmored movement at level 2, increasing your speed by 10 feet. Later on it will become 15 feet and so on. It's really good because spellcasters like to hide away. If I'm not mistaken, you also have the possibility of using key points for a dash. So a monk's movement is very good, is excellent for reaching those hard to reach spellcasters. I'm not going to read out every monk ability because they are not all of equal interest to me. Just know that even though we're focusing on wisdom, your armor class will still be good because your armor class is based on both your dexterity and your wisdom as a monk. So no worries there. You have as high of an armor class as a monk can have on level 1. So level 2 already said unarmored movement. Level 3 monastic tradition. We are taking the tradition of the astral self. It's a tradition I really like. It will also use our very high wisdom score quite well. Why? Well, pretty simple. As a bonus action, and for the cost of 1 key, so it's 3 times per short rest at this point, which is very doable, you can deploy astral arms. That's cool, you get 2 extra arms. You can decide what they look like. Now, what do these arms add? First and foremost, when you deploy them, they kind of explode and attack everything within 10 feet reach. Even better, they don't really attack anything. They force them to make a dex save, and if they fail the save, they take damage equal to twice your martial die. So that will scale quite nicely for the monk. Good stuff. It says 10 feet range. Obviously, for spellcasters, you will want to be within the 5 feet range once we pick up Mage Slayer to already trigger that concentration saving throw with disadvantage, because they don't have to take damage from an attack, they just have to take damage from you. This qualifies as taking damage from you. The arms last for 10 minutes, and as long as they're out, you can use wisdom instead of strength or dex when performing unarmed attacks, so that's good stuff. because next level will be gaining an additional wisdom ping, and then wisdom will be 18, and you just want to punch things with wisdom. If you ever run out of key points for deploying your arms, don't worry, you still have 16 dexterity, you'll be quite fine at punching stuff. But I like the arms, I like the explosion that they do. I also like the fact that they allow us to use our wisdom modifier when doing strength checks and strength saves. So that means athletics checks can now be done with your wisdom modifier, pretty big deal. And your save as well, your strength save, in which you are proficient, but which is usually rubbish because we dump strength as a monk. Now just uses your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier. So yes, you will make those strength checks quite easily. And at the cost of 1 key point for a duration of 10 minutes, this is actually really good value, and I like the imagery of a wizard getting punched by spectral arms. Level 4, we are picking up a feat. As I said, the feat will be Fey Touched. This gives us 1 + 1 wisdom. 2, the Misty Step spell. 3, any first level spell that is from the enchantment or divination school. Let's go over these step by step. First one is easy, 18 wisdom. That is going to buff our stunning strike. That is going to buff our attack rolls. That is going to buff everything that we want, basically. The other saves as well. Saves that they have to make, like the exploding arm save, is also based on your wisdom. So that's good. The second bit of Fey Touched, Misty Step. Monk already has amazing mobility, but in case you just don't quite get there, or that enemy spellcaster teleports a bit further, bonus action, Misty Step, 30 feet teleport on top of your already impressive movement. It might not outlast your dash speed, but it allows you to go up very easily, which at this point you cannot do yet. And it doesn't cost you any key points, which in some cases you want to use to pop out the arms or do a stunning strike next level or whatever. So it's a different resource to tap into. As for the first level spell, there's a few nice ones to pick up. I like to pick spells that have a longer duration and a decent effect. It's quite possible that you pick up Hex or Ranger's Mark if you want extra damage on those arms. That is actually very viable because of the simple fact that you have 4 attacks. You would trigger Ranger's Mark or Hunter's Mark or Hex damage 4 times or 3 times if you're not using any key points. But hey, that's still good. Starting from level 5, of course, when you have extra attack. So that is still a really good source of extra damage. If you want to buff the team and yourself a little more, Bless is also a very viable option. Giving each of those many attacks that you will generate a d4 extra to hit is good, period. It increases your chance to hit by 5 to 20%, which is what you want, because you want to hit those spellcasters. You want to hit everything, really, because you're a monk. So being able to hit better, also adding Bless to your saving throws, increasing all of your saving throws, even the ones that you are not proficient at. Because, for example, your wisdom saving throw is going to be very decent because we're pumping wisdom up to wazoo, but you're not proficient in it, and a lot of the disabling spells target your wisdom or sometimes your strength save if they entangle you. So your astral self in combination with Bless should be able to get you out of a lot of stuff there. So that's our level 4 feat. At level 5 you gain extra attack, which is of course very important. And you also gain Stunning Strike. This uses ki, it targets the opponent's constitution, and if they fail the save, and you can use this effect on any hit that you do, they are stunned until the end of your next turn. Obviously, there's quite a few spellcaster NPCs that have low constitution and will be very vulnerable to Stunning Strike. So if they don't want to drop their constitution because you're punching them, stun them and be done with it. Hot diggity damn, I love disabling spellcasters with this guy. Because of our wisdom build, your stunning strikes will hit more often. Again, another advantage of the astral self monk that we are using in this build. Level 6, I forgot, I have to look. Oh, it's the Visage. It's the other feature of the astral self that we get. You can also get like a helmet, which has advantage on certain checks, can cause you to almost telepathically whisper or boom your voice. There's no, like in many subclasses, there's no combat benefit to this mid-level thing, but you can pop it together with your arms for the same cost, so it doesn't cost you anything, and you gain a bunch of benefits, which is actually really good. Level 7 gives you evasion, meaning that if you can see whatever is going to target your dex save, be it magic or a trap, from now on, your save means you take no damage, and a failed save means you take half damage. Going from the fact that we're proficient in dexterity, we have a 16 index, and we have advantage if it's against magic, it is going to be really hard to hit us with stuff like Fireball. We will be quite consistently be capable of dodging entire fireballs, and that is actually really good. Not just fireballs, but any dex-based damaging spell that is heading your way that you can't see is not going to hit you. And if you're like, oh no, but what in darkness? That Visage I just talked about also gives you magical and non-magical dark vision for 120 feet. So even in darkness, you will be able to see things coming your way and reliably dodge them. Another feature that you're getting, but I forgot the level, it's level 7 as well. Stillness of Mind. If you get charmed or frightened, you can use an action to end that effect. Very good, because as I said, your wisdom save has no proficiency, so you might get hit by those spells even though you are have advantage on those saves. You might still get hit by a fear or a charm effect. You can just end them. Period. Be done with it. And that would mean that you would regain the rest of your turn. You could still run up to the caster, make your arms go boom if they're not out already, damage the caster, force another concentration save at disadvantage, hopefully breaking whatever spell they're concentrating on, or just making them cry because they're spellcasters. That's really another option. And then at level 8, no surprise there, we're picking up the Mage Slayer feat. So that once again means that anything that has to save when we're punching it for concentration is going to be in a lot of pain. Now don't forget, you have to be next to it. So your arms give you 10 feet reach. Don't use that for spellcasters. You have to be next to them within 5 feet to actually force the disadvantage on their concentration save. And don't forget, it also includes that when somebody next to you casts a spell, you can punch them in the face. Hey, we're good at punching, so we can do that. And obviously, that doesn't matter. You already have advantage on spells anyway, so it doesn't matter. The third feature of Mage Slayer is that you gain advantage on spells being cast on you when you're next to the caster. That doesn't matter, you're 1T. As always, I stop my builds at level 8. Level 9 gives the monk extra mobility, which is fun. You can run up walls and stuff, lessening the use of Misty Step, but still that's like a lot of levels of good usage, and it will still matter. What I do want to mention is, it's high up, I know, but at level 14, monks gain proficiency in all saving throws. So at high level, you're this beast that has advantage on all saving throws versus magic, that has proficiency in all saving throws, no matter what the case. When they're targeting your dexterity, you take no damage if you save. When they're targeting your strength, you can add your wisdom modifier. You are pretty good all around with the saves, and you're excellent at rushing spellcasters and breaking their concentration. There! I really wanted to get that off my chest. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you all again in 2 weeks in the Attic Dungeon.